Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK. I had someone ask me this on Instagram a while ago and I've kind of had this idea on the backbench because I didn't really know what to say or how to do a video on it. So I've had some thought on it and I've finally been able to put together a video. So if it was you that asked for this, I'm sorry it's taken so long because I'm pretty sure it's been several months. But I got asked to share some tips, tricks and advice on how to start a collection. Because in case you're new around here, I have got quite the build-up of collection. This is just part of it. So in case you have just stumbled across me, this is the first time you're seeing my face, I am a collector of all things Winnie the Pooh. And when I say all things, I mean all things. I collect plushies, funkos, pins, mugs, loungefly, homeware, kitchenware. I have Winnie the Pooh stuff in my car. I've got Winnie the Pooh wardrobe. I have Winnie the Pooh shoes. Every element of my life has pretty much got Winnie the Pooh to it. I even had Winnie the Pooh details for my wedding. I had my legal wedding in June when me and my husband got legally married. We're having our wedding reception on this coming Saturday. Actually, I'm filming this on a Wednesday. We're having our reception on Saturday. My legal wedding and my wedding reception both had hints of Winnie the Pooh. Pooh Bear is just everywhere in my life and collecting is absolutely one of my biggest passions. I obviously have social medias around it. I've got my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I've made so many amazing friends that I'm now lucky enough to call my close friends, all through being a collector content creator. I think whatever collector you ask this topic on of how to start a collection, everyone's going to have a different opinion because there's not like one set rule book on how to do it. This isn't something that happens overnight. You can't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to have a collection. It's a gradual thing. This has taken years to do. Obviously there is always a moment when you right, I want to do this, but it is going to take a while to build up your collection and have, you know, collections have to start somewhere. And I actually saw this on, I think it was Facebook a while ago, of technically you have a collection of something if you have more than two of something. You can look at it that way. So I'd say the first step in starting your collection is you need to pick your focus. What is your collection? What are you wanting to collect? So for me, it is Winnie the Pooh. And obviously I mean that as the franchise name Winnie the Pooh. I collect obviously Pooh Bear, Tigger, Eeyore, Piglet, Rabbit, Owl, Kangaroo, Christopher Robin, Gopher, Lumpy. I collect all things under the Winnie the Pooh umbrella. So look at what you're most passionate about, your favourite movie, your favourite character, your favourite show, your favourite franchise, and go from there. Obviously being in the Disney community online, I know so many generic Disney collectors that just collect everything Disney. For example, my friend Liz, a lot of you will know her, she is a Disney plush collector. So whereas I mainly collect Pooh Bear plush, her niche is specifically Disney plush. So she collects a lot of Pooh Bear as well. She'll collect Mickey Mouse, Aristocats. I watched her Hocus Pocus Wishables unboxing last night. So that's her focus, is Disney plush. I've then got like my friend Claire. She is from the Instagram Alice Collector UK. As you can tell by her username, she's an Alice in Wonderland collector. Kind of like me, but for Alice in Wonderland. I collect all things Winnie the Pooh. She collects all things Alice in Wonderland. So look at what you're most passionate for. What character are you most drawn to? What character makes you the happiest, and go from there. Something else I think is very important to think about in the early stages of your collection is kind of setting a budget and knowing about value. I have seen countless times on end on Instagram people that have like started a Disney Instagram and then want to have like the Funko collections and the pin collections that like you're used to seeing on Disney Instagram accounts. And so people will go out and impulse buy and bulk buy and just buying things for the sake of buying things so they can have a cool collection to show online, just kind of to fit in with the collecting crowd. Don't do that. Every collection has to start from somewhere. Bulk buying just to have a collection just isn't it. It isn't worth it. they aren't going to be things that you're going to be happy with in the long run. Start small. Look on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Vinted, your charity shops. I know we're out of car boot sale season now, but that's one of my favourite places to look. Pre-loved finds are your best bet for starting your collection. They're the most budget, value friendly. They're my favourite way to go about things, and you'll soon find they get very addicting and fun in themselves. Even if every week I like to go charity shop hunting, regardless of if I find something or not, I just like searching for Winnie the Pooh. Like, even if I go to like 5 charity shops in a day and I always find something Winnie the Pooh in charity shops. I don't necessarily buy something, but I always find something, and that's just like, it's like the thrill of the chase. That's what I like about being a collector. I like that word. I like that for being a collector, the thrill of the chase. Half the fun of it is finding stuff. So yes, you can go on eBay and like Facebook Marketplace and like buy bulk bundles of like Funkos and pins and stuff like that, but where's the fun in that? Kind of just piggybacking off of what I just said there is, yes, it's fun to have the inspirations and look at all these collector accounts online, but don't let them be like a pressure to you. Don't feel like I have to be like that, my collection has to be like that, my collection isn't as big as that. You have them as your inspirations and something to work towards. You're not going to be like their collection overnight. They didn't get their collection overnight. Majority collectors spend years getting to this point. As I said, the journey to getting here is half the fun of it. My next point is something that will come to you over time, and that is about research and learning. So as I'm sure you know, when you watch my videos, I have quite a bit of knowledge about the pieces in my collection. I know a bit about from when they're from, a little bit about their range and all of that. And like, if you talk to like my friend Claire about her Alice in Wonderland collection, if you talk to Liz about her plush collection, if you talk to any like creator in the collection niche, everyone's got a bit of knowledge behind their little niches and what we collect. All I can say is that will come to you over time, but just like researching and like looking at like eBay listings and finding out years and just doing your research about what you're buying and what's already in your collection to just try and pick up information, because then I also find you can appreciate your collection more. The more you know about it, the more you can appreciate about it. And then also, once you've started to get this bit of knowledge about your collection and about what you are collecting, once you've started to become more knowledgeable on that, that then helps when you're buying things, because there are so many times when I'll see something on like Vinted or eBay and I'll know they've like overpriced it, underpriced it. Obviously I keep my eye out for the underpricings because then I know I'm getting a good deal. But then I see a lot of times when people have definitely overshot something. But obviously once you know the right value of something, you can then work out whether you're getting a good deal or if you can kind of need to give it a miss. Sometimes you can then know whether to like, you can knock people down on prices, or some people just will hold a grudge and won't. But as I said, that will come with time. The more you kind of just get yourself involved in your niche, join Facebook communities, Facebook groups. I'm a part of loungefly collecting groups, Disney collecting groups, Winnie the Pooh specific collecting groups, Winnie the Pooh fan groups, Disney fan groups. Find your different niches, loads of them on Facebook. Find your niche on Instagram, and then once you've started kind of like socializing in these different groups, reading different pieces that people put out, that will also help you kind of build up your knowledge around your collection, which, as I said, will then help you know value wise when you're coming to buy things, whether you are getting a good deal or if someone is ripping you off. I've come to find it's been happening on Instagram and TikTok over this past year. I call it the Winnie the Pooh Antiques Roadshow. I said to my mum the other day, I need my own TV show. Do you know the show Antiques Roadshow? I know it's probably only a UK show. I don't really know how to describe it to international people. Basically, people take their like old antique items to like an auction, and a professional looks at the item and kind of tells you a bit of information about it. That's kind of it in a nutshell. I said to mum, I need a Winnie the Pooh version of that, because I've had so many people on Instagram and TikTok send me pictures of something in their collection and have said like, oh, I've had this in my attic for the past 20 years. Do you know anything about it? And then I'll be like, oh yeah. I'll either already know bits about it, or I'll like quickly do some research about it for them and I'll come back with information for them. I absolutely love doing that. I find it so fun doing research for people and telling people about their own item. I said to mum, I need my own Winnie the Pooh Antiques Roadshow. Okay, storage, displaying. that is quite a big one when it comes to collections, and honestly this varies from collector to collector. It all kind of does depend on your space, how much room you have got. If you've watched my recent room tour video, as I mentioned in that, in mine and Salah's future home, which we are looking at getting hopefully within the next couple of years, I am 100% having a Winnie the Pooh room. Obviously at the moment my collection is in our bedroom, and I do kind of feel bad that like Salah's just been overpounded with Winnie the Pooh in our bedroom, but I've got nowhere else to put it. So when we get our room, I'll be having a Winnie the Pooh room. Obviously right now I'm limited to this one room. I am lucky enough that my dad lets me have my loungeflies in the spare room. So obviously depending on how much room you've got depends on how you can display it. But honestly, make the most of space. These shelving units I have got from Argos. My loungefly display case I got from Argos. And like utilizing space, so I've got like funkos along the back and then like ornaments on the front. And then in my loungefly room, the loungeflies don't take up the whole box that they're in, so then I use the back for storage bits as well. I've got around the top of my room, I've got hooks displaying Disney ears. It's all about kind of looking at your space and how much available room you've got and working to that, and trying to figure out ideas on how to display your collection. I definitely recommend looking at Instagram accounts of how other collectors display theirs. That's definitely how I've got some inspiration behind my collection. Like my plush ladder shelf, I saw so many collectors with the ladder shelves and I really wanted one, so I went to B&M and I got one. There's various different elements of my collection where I've got the idea from seeing other creators doing it, so definitely have a look on like Instagram at collectors and how different people display it, and you can get inspiration from that, or it can give you an idea of how you could do that to fit in with your own available space. And I think finally the most important thing I want to say is just have fun with it and stay authentic. Honestly, just collect what you love. Don't worry about the value of it, whether it's rare or not. That just, when you start worrying about stuff like that, you can get hung up on all of that sort of stuff. Just collect whatever makes you happy and what you love. For me, that is Pooh Bear. Obviously it is quite cool when you do get rarer pieces, when you do find more valuable items for good bargains. Obviously that is all fun, but that all comes with me from just searching for Winnie the Pooh. So like when I'm hunting for Winnie the Pooh and I come across those little extra treats, it's just a little bit extra special and a little treat with it. There are so many collectors out there on the internet, so stay authentic to yourself. Every collection is different. You don't need to be modeled the same as another collector's. That's the whole fun that I like being in this niche. We're all different, no collection's the same, and that's why it's so much fun being in this like content creator niche. I love seeing everyone else's collections. I think the one bit of advice I just want to finish with is every collection starts with just one piece. If you buy one item, if you get one item for your birthday or Christmas or whatever, and you decide that's what you want to start collecting, you've got your collection right there. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you in your collecting journey. If you do have any questions about collecting and anything along that lines, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to help with anything I can. If you enjoyed this video, please do pop that thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more from moi, do click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell, you might as well. You're already down there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!